Hi, my name is George Janis. I'm president of Consumer Debt Counselors, headquartered in Winter Park, Florida. Today we're talking a little bit about student loans, and in particular, student loans and with their eligibility for bankruptcy. Let me start first by saying that our agency is a credit counseling agency that works with individuals that are struggling with debt-related issues, and in particular, student loans. We are not a law firm, so our intent here today is not to provide any form of legal advice. That should always be done with an attorney, but to give some general advice. If somebody has student loan, a question that frequently comes up if they're struggling with that payment, are they eligible for bankruptcy protection? Well, first, you need to look as to what type of student loan you have. In general terms, there are government-backed loans and there are private loans. And how those are treated are a little bit different. In terms of government loans, there are some provisions of which someone can consider bankruptcy protection. However, the provisions for those, to meet the requirements for those are fairly difficult to meet. And the reason that we sense is that in many cases, the government programs do allow for some very attractive repayment plans that in many cases, if somebody is struggling, can bring down the monthly payment for that debt down to zero. Now, that doesn't mean that the debt is not growing, but it does mean that the monthly payment is very, very easy for someone to make. Whether the debt is actually dischargeable in bankruptcy generally requires the demonstration of an inability to ever be able to pay that loan again. And if somebody feels they're in that sort of circumstances, it may be wise for them to consult with a bankruptcy attorney to see specifically what their rights might be. In the area of private loans, there are some distinctions. Private loans are handled a little differently. Now, in general terms, private loans are also provided many of the same rights from bankruptcy as government loans. And so there would be that same difficult test as anybody's ability to ever be able to repay the loan. However, in private loans, there is a provision referred to as mixed use. This may be where the source of funds that was given to the student covered expenses beyond those that would not allow to be discharged in bankruptcy, i.e. they may have been used to cover car payments or credit card bills or living expenses. And in some cases, that portion of the student loan debt may be dischargeable in bankruptcy. What we generally advise to somebody who's struggling with debt is to first come into an agency like ours and go through an entire advisory session to determine what all of your options are for non-bankruptcy options. If there is a compelling reason to believe that a bankruptcy might be a resolution for you, then before taking any action, we would urge our client to seek the guidance of at least one qualified bankruptcy attorney before making their final decision as to the best method to resolve their debt. If you have any questions, we urge you to contact our office. We'd be happy to help you through the first step. My name again is George Janis, president of Consumer Debt Counselors. We are located in Winter Park, Florida. Thank you.